The sights on it are just factory, which is pretty lame. The magazine release button here is a lot chunkier than on my last Glock, and I really like that.
The slide release is ambidextrous on both sides. The safety is ambidextrous on both sides.
The Nintendo Zapper Ruger LCP. My Wolverine LCP2.
This is a variant of the gun that John Wick used in John Wick 1. He used a P30L, so it's a little bit longer.
But you can see the 38 Special along the top, and it looks like it did almost as much damage as the 38 Special, even though the bullet's only about half the size.
Shoot her! Yes! For science.
Oh!
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a gun review of a gun that I just got that I'm really excited about. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P 380 Shield EZ. Yes, that's a very long name, but that is the most complicated thing about this gun. Why am I so excited about this gun? Because it has everything that I have ever wanted in a firearm. I went into the gun shop and told them that I was interested in a subcompact gun, because I'd never owned a subcompact gun before. And the fellow showed me this. This is actually not classified as a subcompact gun, even though I believe otherwise. But anyway, let's just start taking a peek at some of the features here. I did a lot of YouTube watching regarding this gun, and all the reviews out there that everybody's done of it and everything. And everyone's saying that this gun is meant for women and the elderly, and nobody else. I would strongly disagree with that statement. Is it good for women and the elderly? Absolutely, and we'll look at why here in a couple minutes. But I think this is a gun that everybody can get behind. Every YouTube video that I watched, the guys were just panning this gun, just hating on it, until they fired it and realized how nice the trigger was, and how nice the other features were, and the fact that it has like no recoil. And at the end of the video they're like, oh, wow, this is a good gun. For your girlfriend. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you just don't want to admit how much you liked it. But anyway, enough on that. Let's get started. The first thing, and the biggest thing, in my opinion, is the slide on this gun. The slide is so easy, and I'm going to be using easy a lot. I mean, I know this gun is called an easy, but there's a reason for that. This slide is just fantastic. Anybody can rack this gun, and I mean anybody. You don't have to have any finger strength or anything. Look at how easy that is. Just so simple to manipulate. Easier than any slide on any gun I've ever seen in my life. Now this is a brand new gun. It just came out this year, 2018. So, you know, technology is improving. Another nice feature that this gun has, if you've seen some of my other videos on my other guns, I like to make a little dot or something on them so that I know when the gun is hot and ready to go. This one has that feature built in. There's a little bar right here on the gun, and when it's fully loaded and ready to shoot, this bar will stick up about 1/8 of an inch. So you can visually see it on the gun when it's ready to fire, and if you're not able to see the gun because it's dark or something, you can feel it, so you know that it's ready to fire, which I thought was a really cool feature. Another feature this gun has is it's got adjustable sights. I took this gun to the range today, video pending on that, it'll be up in a couple weeks. I didn't shoot particularly well with it. I don't know if that's because it's a new gun. I tend to not shoot well with new guns, or the sight might need to be adjusted a little bit. Either way, I'll be able to improve as time goes by with this gun, so there's that. Next feature, it's got a grip safety back here. A lot of people hate on the grip safety. People hate grip safeties. I don't know why. I've got one other video on my channel where I fired my buddy Martin's Springfield XD9. It's the only gun that I'd ever seen up to that point that had the grip safety. And I love that feature. If you watch my Beretta versus Glock video, I ended up going with the Beretta because it had the double action trigger pull with the first shot, which works as a great safety, because I didn't like the fact that the Glock has a hair trigger and anybody can just yank that trigger at any time and have the gun go off. This one, you pull the trigger, nothing's going to happen unless you already have a firm grip on the gun, and then the trigger will pull. So I really, really like that feature. It also has a second safety, this thumb safety right here, which is ambidextrous. It's on both sides of the gun, so you can get to it left-handed or right-handed, which is great. You can get this gun without that feature. I'm not a big fan of thumb safety, so I'm probably never going to use that. For people with bigger hands, I have seen a couple of other people in videos where they knock the thumb safety with their thumb when they're shooting. So obviously not a problem for me because I got small hands, but if you have bigger hands, that could be an issue for you, so just something to keep in mind. It's even got this little dot right here which serves no other purpose other than to put your finger there when you're in the ready position until you're ready to fire the gun, which I think is super duper awesome. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the fact that it's super easy to take apart. It doesn't require any tools, like a screwdriver, which is needed to take apart my LCP2. And you don't even need to pull the trigger. All you do is move the slide back, put it in the locked position, move that switch right here, and then release the slide. And it just comes right off. Then you remove the spring here and the barrel. One thing about the spring is it's got this weird oval shape. You can see it right here as well on the spring, so it only goes in one way. And then when it goes in that direction, it just clicks right into place. Now when you put the slide back on, you want to make sure that you're not gripping the grip safety, because that will engage this tab right here and the slide won't go back on. So I'm going to make sure that's off, and then you simply slide it back on. A little bit difficult to do. Oh, I got it off the rail, that's why. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so the slide release button got in the way, that's why I got stuck. So you just put it right back on there the way that you took it off. Flip the switch, and you're good to go. It's that simple. Super easy. Next thing this gun has going for it is the magazine. Really, really dig this magazine for a couple of reasons. Number one, it holds 8 rounds. My LCP, even with the extended clip, only holds 7. So that gun would hold 8 bullets total. This one will hold 9 bullets total, and every bullet counts. Second thing is, it's got this little tab here on each side, where all you got to do is pull it down, and you can reload the magazine. So you don't even need one of those magazine loaders, or worrying about hurting your fingers, or any of that. Super, super easy to load. Love that feature. It's also got the magazine release here, and it can be switched over to the other side if you're a lefty, which is also really nice. So, there's that. The trigger is also fantastic on this gun, and I think it's because this is actually a hammer-fired gun, not a striker-fired gun. You'd think from the look of it that it's striker-fired, but it's not. It's actually an internal hammer, which is really cool, because that allows for a sweeter trigger thanks to the grip safety. So pull that nice easy slide back, and we'll take a closer look at the trigger here. So you got that little slop right there. Nice clean break. And there's the reset right there for a great shooting gun. One of the nicest triggers I've ever seen on a gun, right out of the box. So it doesn't need a trigger job. It doesn't need a magazine extension because I can already get all of my fingers around it, which is another thing I really like about this gun, is that it comes that way. It's also sexy as hell, to be honest with you. I love the look of the gun and the fact that it's got the rail here so you can put a laser or a light on it. But to me it looks like a little mini Lara Croft gun, which I'm really digging. So, a couple of other things about this gun. As I mentioned before, this is considered a compact pistol, and I disagree with that for a couple of reasons. Here is my Smith & Wesson Model 10 Indiana Jones gun. This is considered a full-size gun. It's only a little bit bigger than the EZ is. As you can see, the barrel is quite a bit longer on it, but that's about it. So there's a size comparison there for that gun. Here is my Beretta 92 FS. Also a full-size gun. And again, this one's just a little bit smaller. So, again, I'm thinking this is a subcompact rather than a compact. Here is a compact. My Wolverine LCP2. The coolest gun ever. Other videos are on my channel review this gun if you're interested. But as you can see, this one's only a little bit bigger than the LCP2. It's got a further extension. Even with the magazine extension that's already on this gun, it still sticks out another full inch or so. And the barrel is a good 1.5 inches longer. I don't have any other subcompact guns to compare to this one, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a subcompact gun. In fact, I went into the store asking for a subcompact gun, and this is what I got. So for the people that are thinking this is a compact gun, think what you want, but if it's a compact gun, the thing is freaking huge. The sights are standard 3-dot, and the recoil is almost non-existent because this is a 380 round. I know the regular shield is a 9mm and probably holds more bullets than this one. Like I said, this one only holds 9. That's the only thing that I'm kind of about as far as this gun goes. I wish it held like 12. That would be great. But I think 8 + 1 is very, very manageable. It's also got a textured grip here, and when I was firing it at the range today, that came in really, really nice. Like, again, I've got small hands, but this thing just felt great in my hand. Like my hand was made for this gun. And I had no issues at all as far as hitting this thumb safety goes, so that's not a big deal. If you already own this gun and it has a thumb safety, you might want to check the Smith & Wesson website, because they did end up doing a recall on some of the earlier thumb safeties, because the thumb safety would go off while the gun was being fired and the slide was going back, regardless of whether people were hitting it with their thumbs or not. It was actually just clicking up into place while the gun was being fired. So they ended up sending some of those back. So if you own one and you're having that issue, check the site. Smith & Wesson will fix it for you for free. So, that being said, we're going to do a quick racking test here, because that's a huge plus for this gun, how easy it is to rack a bullet. Or, rack a bullet in there. A lot of people will kind of shy away from these automatic pistols because they don't like racking the gun, because it's just so hard to do. So what if the gun jams on you and you can't get it out because you can't rack the slide? So that's a huge issue for a lot of people, and a huge plus for this gun. So that being said, I got my Beretta 92 FS here. It's empty. And I've got my Wolverine LCP2 here. And it's empty. So, ShanChan is my camera operator for this video, and she has often had problems working her slide on her LCP guns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her rack this full-size 92 FS, then I'm going to have her rack my Wolverine LCP2, and then I'm going to have her rack this gun, just so that we can get a reaction on the difference here. She's actually never touched any of these guns, So this should be an interesting test. Go ahead, dear. Start with the Beretta.
Ow.
You can do it, but it was pretty difficult. And then the little one. That one should be pretty much similar to your LCP one. Got to hit the slide release.
The slide release? This one?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mine doesn't do that.
Yeah, you might want to pull the trigger so that it's cleared.
Oh, well, I didn't clear that one.
There we go. Okay, and now the rack the EZ.
Okay. Do I have to push something to that? Go back.
Yeah, it's got the slide release button on the side.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, your thoughts?
It's easier.
Quite a bit easier, or just relatively easier?
Well, it's pretty easier.
If you had to pick one of those three guns in a pressure situation, which one would you pick?
Well, of course, that one.
Yeah. And why? Because it's easier to rack and you can clear jams? I know you haven't really fired any of these guns, but just based on the racking.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I took one of my other lady friends out to the range today, and she will be in the video where we actually fire the EZ. So we will get her opinion on that as well. Go ahead and take the... Anyway, I am a huge, huge fan of this gun. Like I said, I've only just fired it once. I just fired it today, and that was it. But all the features are basically all the features that I've ever asked for on a gun. The barrel's a little bit longer than the LCP, so it should theoretically shoot more accurately. It holds more bullets. Loading the magazine is super-de-duper easy. Racking it is super easy. Everything about this gun is just super-de-duper easy, and I love the grip safety. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love it. I just feel like this gun was just made for me. So anyway, stay tuned for a range test for this gun. And thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you soon.